Hey guys, what's going on? It's Joe from GadgetryTech.com, and today we're going to talk about the ROCCAT Elo X Stereo gaming headset, which, by the way, is the biggest surprise of the new Elo headset launch. This is one of three models. This is $50. They have one that's USB for $70 and one that's wireless called the Air, the Elo Air, and that one's $99.99. I have both those headsets. I'm still reviewing those. I wanted to focus on this first because I was so excited upon testing it that I needed to share this. So anyway, before we dive in, let's get to a couple quick facts. ROCCAT is under the same umbrella or corporation or ownership as Turtle Beach. They are one and the same now. ROCCAT is basically focused on the PC side of things, and Turtle Beach is doing console gaming headsets. So if you want a new PC headset, don't wait for Turtle Beach to come out with a new model. They have some great models out right now that they still sell. However, going forward, just look for ROCCAT for PC and Turtle Beach for console. So this is a unique headset, and I like it for a lot of reasons. It's obviously analog because I'm holding a headphone cable. This uses a 3.5 millimeter TRRS cable. It's rubberized, it's not braided, but that's not the end of the world, and I'll explain why after. It's 4 feet long, and then if you are connecting this to a computer that has a dedicated headphone and microphone jack, they actually give you the splitter. I've reviewed more expensive headphones that do not come with this splitter. So I love that it's included at $50. That's remarkable. And also rubberized. This is 3 feet long, so you have a total of 7 feet to get to your computer. Hopefully your desktop's in a reasonable enough place to do that, because you don't want to use the front output on your desktop. Try to use the back if you can, especially if you have a higher end motherboard. They have way better sound output on the back of the board. That's a whole nother discussion, but just use that if you can. So anyway, it's rubberized. I like that because when you wear this headset, if you have, and I'll get into this with the USB version, if it's braided and you actually rub against it, it can transfer some of that noise into the headset frame. So if your sound is off and you rub against it, you hear that. Kind of like a string connecting two styrofoam cups. It transfers the vibration a little better. The rubber's quieter. It doesn't look as nice or high end, but it's very quiet, so I love that. Now, again, you're not going to find, let's do a close-up of this real quick, because if I did not tell you this was $50 and I just handed this to you, and then I handed you two other $50 headsets, I don't think you would assume this is the same price. This would come across as a higher end headphone. It's built the exact same way as the $100 version. They spared no expenses or shortchanged you. The only thing that changes is the braided cable here on the higher end model, and the fact that you don't have an analog cable coming out. So they all have identical microphones. All three Elo headsets use the same exact mic. I tested this, I switched them all out. It sounds the same. They have the same headband construction, which is excellent. I'm not faulting the higher end ones. For $100, it's a good value too, but we're focusing on this. So it has a memory foam cushion here, this leatherette material, and there's this, because it's a steel frame, you can even, if you flick it just right, it can actually ring a little. But there's this nylon bungee almost that's inside the headband, so you don't have to deal with pulling your headset apart, clicking it back in, and adjusting the right tension or size for your head. It's very accommodating for different heads, and I actually found that the clamp force is fairly moderate. It's not that heavy at all. I used this for several hours straight and didn't have any discomfort or pain points. Now, I want to talk about the ear cups because I have mixed feelings about it. Usually I prefer mesh, or at least some kind of hybrid ear cup where it's a leatherette on the outside and mesh on the inside, just because it helps with cooling. I was really surprised that these stayed as cool as they did. I don't know if it has something to do with the Prospect design, and I'll talk about that in a sec, but I wore these for hours straight and listened to music, sometimes just left them off just to see how the comfort was. And they were very comfortable over a long period of time. They actually have a memory foam cushion, which was good because upon first glance, this is a bit thinner than some other more expensive headsets, of course, but even in this price range, some headsets look like they have a thicker or better cushion. It doesn't mean they are better, but this is still memory foam and it's extremely comfortable. Now, if you look really close, and I have a close-up for you, there is a slight dip in the ear cup on both sides. And the reason why they do that is that's the whole Prospex friendly support. So if you have glasses with a larger frame, or just, you're wearing glasses while you game, this actually has a slight indent where it's a little bit softer on the memory foam, so when you're wearing this, it doesn't put excessive pressure on the frame of your glasses. So if you're a person who wears Gunnars without prescriptions, or if you have prescription glasses, this headset and all of the Elo line is designed to accommodate that. So I really, really love that little attention to detail. Other attention to details I've noticed, even though, I mean, again, metal frame construction on a $50 headset, that's pretty ridiculous. They have a little rubber pad on the inside of the ear cup, so when these open and close, it's not a hard plastic sound. It's actually like kind of a soft touch, if you will. So there's no rattles. I could shake it around. It's built really well. It rotates. You can wear it flat if you need to when you take it off your head, if you just want to wear it around your neck. The volume control is on the left side. Now, it's a physical volume, of course. There's no like unlimited spin, if you will, because it's analog, so you will have a hard stop at max volume. The mute is something that you want to, I guess, be aware of. It is a push button toggle switch. So when it's off, it sticks out more. When it's on, it's on. So you'll have to make sure that you're muted correctly, because you don't want to assume that you are talking to someone and you're not, or you don't want to assume that you're muted and you're not. So just know how it feels, whether the mic is on or off, and that will help you out. Now, I took the ear cups off of these, and the drivers, it sounded similar, but the drivers actually look like the Stealth 600 Gen 2s, which is the nano clear driver from Turtle Beach. That's not a bad thing. Those things were really good drivers, and they sound excellent. So the USB and wireless stuff we'll talk to later about EQing them, and I'm trying not to get too far ahead, these for $50 with these drivers, this is the first time I've heard the nano clear drivers without using a built-in DAC or headphone amp. I powered it with a lot of different amps to see how it would sound. So we'll talk about that in a moment, but before I get too far along, let's do a microphone test. So we have this recorded now. I'm going to start talking through, you know what, let's make sure, because I warned you about this. Yes, my microphone is on. So now we're talking through the Elo X Stereo headset, and as you can tell, the microphone's excellent. It has this natural sounding pickup to it. They tuned the mic to have clear sound. In fact, they have a term for it. Detachable, let's see. The official terminology is the TrueSpeak microphone. It's a great mic. It's not a Yeti or an Audio-Technica, so it's a $50 headset. So as you can tell, though, the quality's great. You can use this for podcasts even. You can use it for streaming, and I think it'll work just fine. Just make sure that you have the right connections to support it. Anyway, that's how good this microphone is. So without focusing too much more on that, and by the way, with detachable mics, some headsets have a fallback mic built into the ear cup, like a little pinhole for an internal mic. This does not have that. Not a big deal. Those pinhole mics sound terrible. I don't know when you would have a use case for that over a boom, but I did wanted to point that out. So let's talk about sound quality, and this is where it shocked me, and this is why I don't have the other reviews done yet on the USB and the wireless Air. The sound is insane for $50, and I'm not just saying that. I have a lot of higher end headphones. Some I haven't reviewed yet, but we're talking $300 to $600, and I was blown away at how close these can get. It depends on what music you listen to, but I hooked this up to my phone, my desktop, 2 different receivers, a Harman Kardon receiver and a Marantz receiver, and then I hooked this thing up to a Vincent Audio SV500 integrated hybrid amp, which is a $1,000 tube-based preamp with a solid-state amplifier on the output stage. It is a really powerful, expensive 2-channel integrated amp. It's overkill for a $50 headset, but I don't care. I hooked it up and I was like, holy crap, this thing sounds ridiculous. It sounds better than it should for $50. And the reason why I was so shocked is because a lot of money had to have gone into the construction of this. This is not built cheaply at all. This feels way better than more expensive headphones that I've used, like literally double or triple the price. No problem at all. So the fact that it has that kind of build quality and then sounds as good as it does, I mean, I demoed jazz, hip hop, EDM, rock. It supports a lot of stuff. And Without getting too focused on the music side, the EQ profile is very full. The bass is very good on the low end. It's not muddy at all, but there's a decent amount of volume to it. The highs are really good and they're not too bright. My Audio Technicas and my Lucid Sound headphones, I have like 3 different Lucid Sounds, and my Audio Technica ATH G1s, they are brighter for sure. Like they're sharp. And if you listen to stuff without EQing, it can actually hurt your ears at louder volumes. This is still very clear, but it doesn't hurt my ears. So it's really, I don't want to say it's perfect. I don't think any headset's perfect because it's, let's face it, audio is subjective. I'm not the authority on sound. I can tell you how I interpret it and what I like. It sounds really good compared to a lot of other headsets. For gaming, it's great because, and I've tested this with Call of Duty Warzone, which dynamically is a terribly mixed game. Some stuff is too quiet and some stuff is too loud, like, you know, when an airstrike or a chopper is going over you. So I like testing it on Warzone because the sound is mixed so poorly. Instead of having to adjust the audio all the time, if a headset's made well, it shouldn't destroy your eardrums when the jet flies over, if you will, but you should still be able to hear footsteps and loot crates. So it's a great test, and these did a great job. I use this on the built-in amp on my computer, like the integrated sound card on the back for a bit to test that out. And that has a decent one. It uses the Sabre DAC. It's the Gigabyte Aorus X570 Master. So that sound card was good. On the Vincent Audio amp, it was like unbelievable. So the reason why I say that, there is a headphone amp company out there, and there's so many good ones out there, but if you get a good headphone amp for like $70 to $150, this $50 headset paired with that is going to give you a world-class experience on a budget. It really will. There's a company in the US called SCHIT. I'm not lying. SCHIIT. They are based out of California. They have 2 different gaming DAC amp combos. One of them is like, I think it's $90 or $99, the SCHIT Hell, H-E-L. And then they have another one that is 180, and I'm trying to remember all the names. There's 2 different ones, and they both have funky names, but look them up. I'll have a link below just in case. But that amp DAC combo at $100 has a headphone mic output, really clean sound, and just a USB cable to your computer. That thing will be amazingly good for the money. In fact, with that combo, it should sound better than the more expensive ROCCAT models using their own built-in amp and DAC. These got louder than the more expensive versions because I could use a more powerful amp. So I got a little off track because I honestly, when I heard the sound, it totally sidetracked me for the rest of the day. I was jamming out, I was listening to movies, different songs, high quality, low quality. I just wanted to hear how well it performed. And between the mic, the build quality, and how good the sound is for music and games, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's almost like it makes it hard to justify more expensive headphones. I'm not gonna lie. If you're on a tight budget and you're trying to find something that doesn't push you to spend more, this is easily the best analog headset I've tried under $100, $150. Like, it's not even close. And honestly, I think this sounds better than my much more expensive headphones when I'm using my higher end amp. You know, in comparison to what you would get in that price range. You know, like the Astro A50s, Lucid Sound LS50s, LS35s. These will sound better with an external amp than those $250 to $300 gaming headphones. So if that tells you anything, it's a great headphone. I can't really find any faults to it. I'm trying to think if there's any complaints. I wish the ear cup was mesh, but I don't know how they could have done a hybrid thick ear cup and kept it at $50 because everything else was so good. You're getting the same mic, the same driver as the $100 Elo headset. So it's very hard to nitpick. It'd be cool if the cable was detachable. It's not. However, usually when cables fail, it fails where it plugs in. So if anything, it might be more reliable by not having it removable. So anyway, yeah, I hope you guys found this helpful. This is a long review, even though it's such a simple product, but I wanted to explain a couple tips to really get the most out of your sound. I might do some dedicated videos on that later. I'm purchasing more headphone amps, and I'm going to be experimenting with audio testing to see how capable some of these headphones really are. But for the money, man, it's good. It's so good that I screwed up and didn't finish my other reviews in time because I was so excited to talk about these and demo them for a long period of time. They really hit the nail on the head. If you guys have any questions, always shoot me a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe because we are releasing all these other good headset reviews and other products. We got some new partners we've teamed up with very recently because of our growth. So thank you so much for the support. Don't forget to subscribe, like I said, and let me know if you need anything or have questions. And I will see you next time. You guys take care.